What up, world? Established Rich coming right back at you. Gilbert Arenas was laughing when he explained how he cut off Rashad McCants. But sometimes a man laughs because the truth hurts too much to say with a straight face.
What happened with Underdog, man? What happened with Gilbert Arenas? What's going on, man? We gotta know. I gotta put my journalism hat on, man. I gotta get the scoop. What happened to the show?
I wasn't on probation.
Okay.
And it was just like court was happening. I just walked out. I gotta take this shit.
The house arrest.
No, they tried to put. I just walked out. Okay. Right? You know what I mean? Like when you already know the result, I just walk out. Man, I already talked to the judge. No.
Okay.
He said nothing was gonna happen, man. I ain't gotta listen to this shit. Right? You know what I mean? I already paid my money, so I ain't gotta listen to none of this up in here. Right? So what happened was this. When that case happened,
okay.
Right? When the case happened, we got a new dude that was responsible for what was going on. And it was basically my contract was coming up.
Yeah.
So it was basically, we're gonna negotiate you. We're gonna negotiate while you on the floor.
Yeah.
Right. So it was basically it seemed like just a takeover.
Oh, yeah.
So we started off number one basketball show, right? Live show on the internet. We go from 4 days, thinking we're about to get 5 days, go to 2 days. Right? So it was basically this big standoff. So it's like, all right, this is how y'all want to play? And it was like, yeah, you know, this is part of negotiation. And I was like, you don't want to negotiate with a dude like me. I'm an athlete. This is what I do.
Yeah.
I like this type of back and forth. So I thought we was family. If you're going to let the dude come in, I know how this is going to end. He's not smart enough in this tactical realm to go against me. Because if they fire me, I get all my Gilbert Arena rights. Because once we're done, I get my Gilbert Arena rights, and I didn't want to wait till June 31st. Right? So I wanted you to do in May. And then because once May came and you did it, y'all are fired.
The business disagreement is important, but I do not believe that is the part Gilbert will remember the most. According to Gil, a new executive came in at Underdog and tried to change the deals of the agreement. Gil believed this executive was trying to undermine the show, remove certain people, and take control away from the talent that helped build it. So instead of accepting a deal that he didn't believe was fair, Gil decided to stay home and force the company to make a decision. That was his leverage. The show was called Gil's Arena, and he understood that the show could not keep presenting the same project without Gilbert Arenas. But when you take a stand like that, you also find out who understands what you're fighting for. Some people will see the bigger picture. Other people will only see if they check is still coming on Friday. I'm not saying every person on that show was required to quit just because Gilbert decided to do what he did. They had their own contracts, their own families, and their own responsibilities. But there's a difference between continuing to work and publicly embarrassing the person your partner believes is trying to destroy everything y'all built together. That is where this story stopped being business for Gil. It became personal. Because when you help somebody find a platform, build an audience, and become more valuable, you expect them to at least respect the battle that you fighting. They don't have to agree with every decision you make. They don't have to hate every person you have a problem with. But they should understand that celebrating somebody who is publicly working against you is going to feel like you picked a side. And according to Gil, that's exactly how he saw what Rashad McCants was doing.
Yeah. All y'all fired the day after.
You went to them earlier?
Who?
Did you go to them earlier and say that you was ready to be done? Underdog?
No. See, this was an Underdog.
Oh.
This was that dude.
Oh, that they bought in.
The dude, like the dude that just came in. So because he wanted to negotiate, I negotiate the way I negotiate. Who you negotiating with it? I go straight to them. Hey, listen, when I end, I have the rights to Gil's Arena. So what you want to do? Well, we're going to go with you. All right, bet. And I said, hey, just keep negotiating with him. I need to see who he really is. I want to see who the cast is when they think I'm out.
My enemy's enemy.
Yeah, so I just sat back. I just sat back with all the raises in my pocket, just sitting there. Oh, you want to keep shouting them out, huh? Oh, hey, you keep shouting out. Wait, hold on. Like you gonna keep shouting? Like I don't mind the Underdog. Me and the Underdog are cool. You keep shouting out that name. That name is an enemy. And I told you he's an enemy. And you're gonna keep shouting him out, not realizing you go there, you're dead because he dead.
And then you're talking about, I don't want to, name specific names. Talking about
Cemetery Larry. He in the cemetery.
Cemetery Larry. I like that.
Cemetery. I got his raise right in the pocket. Now I got to give it to somebody else. Now I got to give everything he worked for. I got to give it to somebody else because the person he went with, he did. He got nothing.
Damn.
He in the grave. He next to you. Y'all both buried the same place.
I knew I would like you, nigga. I knew I would like, cause you petty as hell. This is good.
Petty as hell.
But think about it. If everybody think you out, right? You really got to see who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're telling me, oh yeah, if you don't want to negotiate, don't come to work. I wasn't planning to come to work anyway, goddammit. I'm building a new studio back in the crib.
This is where the entire situation became messy for everybody involved. Gil was at home trying to force his release and protect the rights to his show, while the rotating cast continued showing up for work. Then once the show could no longer continue the same way, they fired everybody. I understand how they can create hard feelings on both sides. The cast may feel like they lost their job because Gilbert decided not to come to work. Gil may have felt like he was risking his position to protect something they all built together, while the people around him kept helping the company operate without him. That is how people can walk through the same fire and come out blaming each other for the burns. But Gilbert's issue with Rashad seems to be deeper than just Rashad kept showing up to work. Gil says he warned the cast about what was happening behind the scenes. He told them that this executive was not their friend and that the man was allegedly trying to remove people from the show. Despite that warning, Gilbert says Rashad kept giving that executive shout-outs on the show. That may sound small to somebody watching from the outside. It's just a shout-out. It's just somebody saying a name. But when you are in the middle of a power struggle, public support means everything. Gil ain't hear Rashad giving a homely shout-out. He heard somebody he helped put in position publicly supporting the man Gil believed was trying to take that position away. That is why Gilbert didn't treat this like a simple misunderstanding. To him, this was a loyalty test, and Rashad failed it.
Okay. Now August, the plan to bring Gilbert Arenas back independently. I know you spoke about that. Is that still a go?
See, it was going to be August because I wanted to jump them.
Right.
Right. Because they was going to come back like September, October. So I wanted to start in when they was on vacation to take the time slot from them.
Okay.
Because they're not going to want to compete. Now they fired. Like, damn. So, you know what I mean? Like, they fired. You know what I mean?
So nobody from Gilbert Arenas coming back? It's just you?
I don't know, man. Josiah.
Okay. Shout out Josiah.
Josiah, you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? That's my guy.
I ain't know that nigga was that tall, bro.
Yeah, he used to play at UCLA.
I mean, I knew that.
Yeah,
I ain't know he was that. I ain't know that though.
Big fella, man.
So
Yeah.
you got to remember, I had the contract since January, bro.
Right.
And I was recruiting.
Right.
Right, because I thought they was going to last, because their contract is in September.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured that they would be held all the way to September. So I was like, all right, let me get my people.
Okay.
Yeah. I saved some of the staff members that got fired from the new dudes.
Right. But the actual rotating cast, like everybody's gone. Kenyon,
Yeah, they all got fired.
Nick, Rashad.
Shit.
Okay.
Definitely Rashad.
Okay.
Parted ways or got fired? That's different.
They got fired. Right, I just stayed home, hoping I would get fired. So they had to stop the show that day.
Oh, they
And
got fired from the company.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
from
Not
from Gil himself. I'm trying to clear that up.
No. I didn't fire. They left me.
And then they got fired.
Then they got fired from the company. Yeah.
So you're not gonna,
when your girl cheat on you,
yeah,
right?
Oh,
and then
what?
Yeah, when your girl cheat on you, and you be like, damn, and she go with the other dude, and then the other dude got a wife. And then, oh, I'm sorry, baby. You know what I mean? They just stuck with the egg on their face. You know what I mean? That's what that is.
I ain't fucking with you. I ain't fucking with you, Jack.
Nah, man, they, you know what I mean? I know they still had to do their job, but
Right.
like I wanted to see where the loyalty was.
This is the part of Gilbert's explanation that anybody who has been betrayed can feel. You can survive somebody who never liked you. What stays with you is somebody you helped turning around and getting comfortable with the people who holding you down. That pain is different because it makes you question the entire relationship. You start wondering whether the person ever valued you or whether they only valued the opportunity you provided. You start thinking about every conversation, every favor, and every time you defended them when they were not in the room.
See, Rashad got his receipts. Say Rashad outside. Oh my God, you house nigga. Oh, Rashad, no, you erased it, boy. These are your receipts, boy. You might want to, you went to North Carolina, you can read. You better read the beginning of this. To Tim, right? That's who gave you this. You is delusional. It says, me complaining that we only have 2 days, sir. I'm sorry. I wanted more because if we got 5 days, we will win all the trophies. I'm sorry that we complaining about 2 days when we wanted 5. I tasted success and wanted more. I thought that was our goal. See, I thought our goal was to be the best. That's what I'm telling Tim. This got nothing to do with Rashad. This part that you posted is about Rashad. You tell Liam I'm sorry. See, they was trying to fire me and Joe at the beginning of the season. You tell Liam I'm sorry. I don't want anyone, meaning you boy, to lose your job. So I'll conform. Over my bad decision, I'll push Underdog more, meaning at the moment in time, I wasn't collabing on posters anymore. I wasn't wearing the product anymore. So I said, I'll wear it. I'll do the tap and dance for you to keep your job. And everybody else in the studio. Because if I left, quit, or got fired, remember, you got to get the house. And then all the rules that I have inside my contract kicks in, meaning Gilbert Arenas shut down. Now you got to create another. You see, I was conforming for you. This tells everybody the fact that you will post this that has nothing to do with you, which was for you. Let's all of us know how you did pick a side and you chose them over us. This was about us having 5 days because we wasn't happy with 2 and they wanted to fire. You're gonna need some milk. That was easy.
And a lot of men are not gonna say something like that broke their heart. They gonna say it made them angry. They might make a joke about it. They are gonna tell the story while they laughing and make it sound like they don't care. But sometimes anger is just pain wearing the armor. Sometimes the jokes are there to keep the tears from showing up. I heard that in Gilbert Arenas during this conversation. He was funny, he was animated, he told a story like classic Gilbert Arenas. But underneath all of that, I heard a man saying, I thought you were with me. That is the real issue. Rashad didn't have to personally dislike the executive like Gilbert did, but once Gil explained that he believed this person was trying to damage the show and fire the people working on it, Rashad had to understand how those public shout-outs would look. At some point, you can't claim to be neutral while publicly showing love to one side. And this don't mean that Rashad don't have his own version of what happened. He may believe Gilbert is leaving out important details. He may feel like he was only maintaining his own professional relationships and refusing to inherit somebody else's beef. That part should be heard before anybody pretends that they know what happened behind closed doors. But based on Gilbert's explanation, he did not cut Rashad off because Rashad disagreed with him on a basketball tape. He cut him off because he no longer trusted where Rashad's loyalty would be when shit got hard. And once trust leaves a relationship, it is almost impossible to bring it back the same way. You may speak again, you may even forgive the person, but you will never hand them the same access to your life, your business, or your plans. Because now you know how they move when your back is against the wall.
Was there anything? How could you do that, though? Like, I understand where he's coming from. I mean,
listen,
you might want to hear him out.
No. What I'm saying is if it was Underdog, like giving him a better position and say an Underdog in Germany, like, yo, we want you as a star.
I know how it goes.
Like, the shit you did for 4 years, you deserve your own show and all this.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
But I told you, I have a problem. Me and Joe, he's trying to fire us. He tried to fire you. We beefing because of you, technically. Because we not letting what was going down go down. We're not integrating. This was player podcast. Right? So we're standing down for you. So for you to pick his side, that became the problem.
Gilbert Arenas is not just walking away from Underdog. He is saying he is building his own studio and bringing Gil's Arena back under his own control. That may be the most important part of this entire story. Gil did not spend all his energy begging the company to see his value. He took the lessons and started building something he could own. That is what successful people eventually learn. The more people will try to control what your name produces. At first, a partnership may feel like everybody's working towards the same goal. But once numbers grow, the show becomes successful, and real money enters the picture, people start looking at ownership differently. That is when handshakes turn into contract language. That is when the friendship gets tested. Gilbert Arenas believes he found out the hard way. He believes the company tried to change the deal. He believes the executive was working against the show and the cast. And he believes Rashad McCants publicly supported that executive when he told him what was up. Whether Rashad agrees with that description or not, that is clearly how Gilbert experienced the situation. And sometimes the end of a relationship is not about proving who was technically right. It is about realizing that two people no longer define loyalty the same way. Gil seems to believe that loyalty means if somebody is trying to destroy what we built, you do not publicly embrace them while I'm fighting to save it. Rashad may believe that loyalty don't require him to accept every enemy Gilbert decides to have. Those two beliefs can exist, but they probably cannot exist inside the same business partnership. And that is why this breakup feels permanent. This is not just two men arguing about who should be on the show. This was about trust, respect, and what somebody expects from the people they help elevate. I've been through that feeling before, and I know a lot of y'all watching this have too. You help somebody, you make calls for them, you put your name beside theirs when other people are not sure about them. Then the moment you are in a fight, they start getting friendly with the person throwing the punches. That may be something you forgive one day, but you won't ever forget it. Because betrayal don't only change how you see the person, it changes how you help the next person. You become more guarded. You stop explaining everything. You start watching who applauds when you're winning and who gets comfortable with your enemies when you're struggling. That is the sad part about being successful. So I'm going to take y'all out like this. Gilbert Arenas may have presented this story like comedy, but I believe the foundation of it was pain. He felt like he was fighting to protect the show he created, while somebody he helped build was publicly showing love to the man Gil believed was trying to tear it down. Rashad McCants may have a different side. He deserves the opportunity to explain it. But when a person tells you somebody is trying to destroy their business and you continue publicly supporting that person, you cannot act surprised when this relationship changes. You don't have to fight every battle your friends fight, but you should never make a friend feel like he got to fight you and the enemy at the same damn time. Gilbert got his rights back. He built his own studio, and Gil's Arena will have an opportunity to return with Gil having more control over what he created. But even if the show comes back bigger and better, the trust between Gilbert Arenas and Rashad McCants may never come back. Because money can be replaced, a show can be rebuilt, a new studio can be constructed. But once somebody shows you that their definition of loyalty is different from yours, you will never look at them the same way again. But hey, that's just my opinion. What's yours? Like, comment, subscribe, establish rich. I'll be back with another one. Hey.